Welcome to Engage New York, Module 4, Lesson 10. Read the objective while I read it out loud. I can compare and evaluate expressions with parentheses. So now we're going to use whatever we've learned so far in this module. Now we're going to apply it to evaluating expressions and using that with parentheses. So remember, parentheses, you always have to solve what's in the parentheses first, right? All right, but let's go ahead and start with this fluency. This fluency actually reviews lesson 9. So we're going to go through, we're going to convert measures from small to large. So yesterday we were doing from large to small. So today we're going from small to larger. So 12 inches equals how many feet? So what did you say? 12 inches is what? 1 foot, right? So we're kind of going backwards. So 12 divided by 12 is 1, right? So if there are 12 inches in 1 foot, 24 inches in how many feet? You could go 24 divide 12 is 2. So I want you to go down to here on your own, and I want you to come back and check your work. How'd you do? 36 inches, 36 divide 12 is 3. 48 divide 12 is 4. All right, moving on. So we're going to go feet to yards. Yesterday we were doing yards to feet. So remember, there are 3 feet in how many yards? 1 yard. So 3 divide 3 is 1. I want you to go ahead and finish these and come back to see how you did. All right, 3 divide 3 is 1. 6 divide 3 is 2. 9 divide 3 is 3. 27 divide 3 is 9. So there are 3 feet 1 yard, 6 feet 2 yards, 9 feet 3 yards, 27 feet 9 yards. All right. Oh, let's finish this up over here. We didn't finish this up. 120 inches equals how many feet? So remember, we were dividing by 12. 12 divided by 12. 24 divided by 12. 36 divided by 12. 48 divided by 12. 120 divided by 12 is how many feet? 10 feet. All right. Let's go to cups and pints. Before we were going pints to cups. So there are 2 cups and how many pints? 1. Go ahead and finish that. Come back and check your work. All right. Did you get 2 cups is equal to 1 pint? 4 cups is equal to 2 pints? 6 cups is equal to 3 pints? 16 cups is equal to 8 pints. So it's 2 divide 2, 4 divide 2, 6 divide 2, 16 divided by 2. Our last bit here are quarts to gallons. Remember, we were going gallons to quarts last time. So there are 4 quarts and how many gallons? 1 gallon. So 4 divide 4 is 1. Go ahead and finish. Come back and check your work. All right, 4 quarts, 1 gallon. 8 quarts, 2 gallons. 12 quarts, 3 gallons. 24 quarts, 6 gallons. So it's 4 divide 4, 8 divide 4, 12 divide 4, 24 divide 4. All right, we're moving on to the next part. And this part of the fluency is reviewing lesson 8. Just going back really quick to review lesson 8 to make sure you have this idea down, this concept. So this first one up here is showing you that you can you can multiply a whole number by a fraction. 1 times 6 over 2, right, would be 6 halves would equal 3. So what I want you to do, since this is a review of lesson 8, you can do this there's 3 different ways to do this. So go ahead, choose your favorite, come back and check your work. All right. So 3, 2, 6, 9, 10, 10. How did you do? And do you have down your method for multiplying a fraction by a whole number? 6 times 1 and a third. 9 times the 2 and 2/3. So 9 copies of 2/3, 6 copies of 1/3, right? All right. Finally, for our little review, this is going to review lesson 9. So 1 foot is equal to 12 inches. So 2/3 of a foot is equal to, so remember the way we were pulling this across, 2/3 times 1 foot is equal to, and then we have to replace that 1 foot with the inches. And then we can go ahead and multiply, right? 3 goes into 3 ones, 3 goes into 12, 4, 2 times 4 is 8 inches. So how many inches in 2/3 of a foot? 8 inches. So we're going to cut this in 2/3. And we want to know how much is in 2 of the thirds. So if we wanted to solve it and use our method of going 3 units is equal to 12, and you get rid and turn that into 1 unit equals 4 units, then we would know there's 4 in each. You could go about it that way as well, right? So you could cut it into thirds. All right, now, based on what you learned yesterday, take out that note card. Going pounds to ounces. How many ounces are in 1 pound? 16 ounces equal 1 pound, right? So you're going to need that information for here, right? Then this is months of a year. So how many months are in a year? How many minutes are in an hour? Go ahead, try those out, come back to see how you did. All right, how did you do? Did you take 1/4 times 1 pound and turn it into 1/4 times 16 ounces? Cross cancel, get 4 ounces. 7/8 times 1 pound and turn it into 7/8 times 16 ounces is 14 ounces. Then we have here 5/6 times 1 year is equal to 5/6 times 12 months. Cross cancel and you get 10 months. 3/4 times 1 hour is equal to 3/4 times 60 minutes. 60 minutes, cross cancel, and you get 45 minutes, which makes sense. So if you cut the clock into fourths and you had 3/4, it would be 45 minutes, right? Okay, last part here is the application problem. Now, Bridget has $240. She spent 3/5 of her money and saved the rest. How much more money did she spend than save? So this is definitely going to be a 2-step problem because you have to find out how much more money did she spend than save. So you have to figure out how much she spent and the difference between the difference between the two, the spend and the save. So what I want you to do, you can use this to help you. Always a good idea. What should we cut this into though? Well, the fraction tells us, the denominator of the fraction tells us that we need to cut this into fifths, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fifths. And we want to know, she spent 3/5 of her money. She spent 3/5 and she saved this much, right? All right. So why did we cut this into fifths? The denominator told us to, right? So what are we trying to find? Spent versus saved. So I want you to go ahead independently. I want you to try to solve this problem. See how you did, because this is definitely a type of question that you might see on a mid-module test. So if you can solve this, you are doing really well. Try it and come on back. All right, so how'd you do? So the question was the difference between spending and saving. So I went with 5 units is equal to $240 because that's what she started with. I got rid of, or I divided by 5 so I could take this down to 1 unit, which equals $48, so that I knew each one of these was equal to $48. So I went 3 times. I have to multiply 48 by 3 times and got 144, and then multiply by 2 to get 96, how much she saved. And the difference between how much she spent and saved is $48. And when you think about that, what they both have in common is 2 sections. What was left over? $48. That's the difference between the two. All right. So this was a quick review of a fraction of a set. And this is coming up. We are going to keep working on this idea. So that'll do it for our fluency portion of Module 4, Lesson 10. Meet me back here for concept development.